It was not. Even today.
I think you're right, John.
We're taking both rolls today.
In the
He's counting his money and he's counting his tickets and everything. I think he's short foot. I think he's got short seated last night.
Just tell them you know me.
Did you see Doug out, Doug? Yeah.
You
Oh, I already got the letter on.
There it is, right there.
That's the old cannonball from the church in 1776.
No, right there with that backpack in. There's a cannonball.
Okay, the next ship you see is CVN-73, nuclear-powered aircraft carrier to USS George Washington. Normal crew size, 6,280 personnel. It took 40 million man-hours. The 4 screws, 2 rudders. The inboard screws are 20 feet tall. The outboard screws are 18.5 feet tall. It has the shaft horsepower. It takes it from 0 to 150 miles per hour in 2.5 seconds.
Turn around all at once.
He's got a roll. That's terrific. Me without my camera. Oh, yeah. Hey, Pat.
LST.
Put the flashlight on. Put the flashlight on. Hello, this guy is my guy. Hey, hold on, my man, I
How many quarterbacks here was called?
We've had 7 quarterbacks.
And they consolidated, changed the name, and how many siblings? Junior, July.
Yeah, we stay. How many signals?
3 down, yeah,
My name is Peter Pano. I'm from Plymouth, Massachusetts.
Go ahead, John.
Ready? Okay, I'm John Heil from Cincinnati, Ohio, and this is my lovely wife, Rita.
Right now, my name is Raymond Barcy, signalman, 3rd class on USS LST 494. And this is my lovely lady friend, Thelma Seeley.
Right.
So
Where are you from?
we're all from Buffalo, New York. And listen to that song.
Fike, Robert Fike, Hermitage, Pennsylvania.
Right.
Becky and Camille Sisi from New York. Smile, you're on TV camera. Candid camera.
No, I'm not.
Gotcha.
Ran.
Pat?
Okay, Pat, we're from Houston, Texas. My name is John Francis. This is my wife, Mary.
Now you can go. Now.
I'm Kenny Cox, and this is Gene. We're from Fredericksburg, Virginia.
I'm John Falfano from New Jersey. Good enough?
I come from North Cape, Maine, New Jersey.
That's all. Richard Brown, and this is my lovely wife, Catherine, and we're from Evergreen, Alabama. We're out about 256, 36401. Come to this. We'll treat you so many ways, you'll have to like some of them.
Okay, say where you are. We're Howard and Helen.
Grown in New Jersey, I'm having a splendid time, and I'm glad to be here.
Helen and Earl
What's your name and where you from, Joe?
My name is Joe Hall, and this is Faye, my wife, United City, North Carolina. Mr. and Mrs. Fred Hicks from Canastota, New York.
We're Bonnie and Ella Street from Starter Park, Maryland. I got on the LST. Yeah, we hear all that.
Say six. Say six.
Or to eat.
Now, wait a minute. These buttons got hit. Now I'm ready.
I don't have any.
Okay. Ready? I'm Irving Chet Noyes from East Tennessee, Jefferson City, but my heart is still up in New Hampshire.
And I'm Catherine Noyes, and I'm proud to be the captain's wife. And I'm also living in Jefferson City.
Right. AQ Boulevard, Norfolk, Virginia.
Pat Becky Side from Thomasville, North Carolina. That's he. Oh, I'm sorry.
He's 9 years old. Got pressure on the butcher bag. Full of ice.
See if your spoon stands up. See if the spoon stands up.
Caught up with problems, get us started. I turned the hot plate off. You were very
Good Ellen, the first time I met Bonnie, Bonnie taught first grade, 10, 11 years. I mean, it was just like, oh, this is just true.
I was asked to repeat what I said last year because it didn't get on video somehow. And I know the essence of what I said, but I'm not sure that the words are going to come out exactly the same way. What I said was that it had been bothering me ever since I got off the LST in Boston that I didn't get a chance to tell all you men what a great job you did and how much I appreciated it and how great it was to be with you as a shipmate. The reason was that when the ship was turned over to another captain, it was turned over on the tank deck, and there was so much noise with the ventilating system there that no one could hear anything that I said, so I just went up there and flapped my mouth. And I'm glad last year to have had the opportunity to say that. In addition to that, last year everybody's going around each other and saying, oh boy, how lucky we were to get through this thing. And I just wanted to point out to you that it really wasn't all luck at all. The reason we got through the thing is that everybody did exactly what he needed to do, and every one of you men did a great job. And that's why we're all here having a good time tonight. Great to see you all again. I want to thank all you men very much for signing that honorary membership to my son who is in Austin, Texas, and dying from cancer. He's a very courageous young man, and I think he deserves to be a member of our outfit.
Born in the United States and raised in the South. Richard has a BS degree. How does that mean, BS? Please, don't interrupt me. I will never get my train of thought. He has a BS degree from Troy State University in Alabama and a master's degree from the University of Southern Mississippi and Florida State University. His two brothers and two sisters all graduated cum laude, and he graduated, thank you, Lordy. Good writer, haven't you? He has been an administrator and coach in college and high school. He has been named Coach of the Year in high school, football, basketball, and track in 2 states. Wow. Alabama and Florida. In Coach of the Year in Florida and Alabama Junior College basketball. He may be the world's winningest coach. If not, 736 wins and 247 losses ain't bad. Richard is a member of the National Speakers Association and a member of the Board of Directors and past president of the Alabama Speakers Association. He is a Southern Baptist Sunday school teacher, a patriot, and a dedicated father and an American. Richard, he's going to give us.
Made that decision this morning when I got up. I decided I would not let yesterday's problem use up today. Now, did you make that decision? You notice I said I decided. That is a decision. So happiness is a decision. We will talk just a little bit more about that in just a few minutes. John, you left out my most important achievement. I was the vice president of the 8th grade class in the after school. 2 years. 2 years. That was before I joined the 494. I made what I thought was a real good speech some time ago, and my wife and I were leaving the auditorium. I said, honey, did you notice how my voice just seemed to fill that auditorium? She said, yes, it did, and I noticed some people got up and left to make room for it. Well, I hope you folks don't do that. You know, I think I'm a pretty good speaker, though. I spoke to about 800 teachers in Montgomery, Alabama, some time ago, and they're going to ask me back this winter because I overheard the superintendent say it'd be a cold day when we asked him back. You know, I spoke up in New York about 2 months ago, and they're still trying to figure out what it was I said. I didn't know. I am a country boy. I grew up poor, very poor. My parents were poor and proud. After I was born, they were just poor. Several of us kids used to have to sleep in the same bed. And one of us had a bedwetting problem. But we never could figure out which one it was. I thought my name, I actually thought my name was Getswood. You know, we had a lot of fun, though, in growing up in the country. An awful lot of fun. Some of you may know something about that. I was standing out in the chicken yard one day, and I overheard two old hens talking, and one of them said, here comes that cross-eyed rooster. If we don't split up, he's going to miss both of us. I'll tell you, if you hold that laughter back, go down and affect your prostate. Better let it out. We had a 2-hole outhouse out there in the country. Now, I know all you city folks, especially you Yankees, don't know a thing about outhouses. We had a 2-hole. I never really knew why we had 2-holers back in those days, unless they were friendlier then than they are now. I don't know why they had 2 holes. But anyway, we had an old rich owner from up in Ohio, up there close to where John comes from. And he used to come down every summer. And he was one of these kind of guys that knew a little bit about anything that you wanted to bring up. You know the kind of guy I'm talking about. Well, sure enough, he was visiting. And he went out to the outhouse the first time, and he put a leg in each hole. And you know the rest of the story. I had a grandfather about 2 years ago, he said, Rich, he said, I want you to tell me about this marijuana stuff, or marijuana, whatever it is that they talk about so much. I said, well, Grandpa, it seems to me that it's a weed of some kind. They roll it up and they make cigarettes out of it and smoke it. They call it pot, and it sends them on a trip. He said, that's the darndangest thing I ever heard of. He said, we had a little old pot we kept on the bed, kept us from making a trip. We had an old tomcat named Midnight. He was a solid black tomcat. Now, old Tom would leave the house. He had a territory of about 2 miles. I know because there were black kittens everywhere. Man, he would come back in and he wouldn't ask to get in. He'd kick that door open and walk in there and say, wow! And I really envied old Tom. You know, I really wanted to talk to him. I wish I could talk to him. Well, we had him do it. Tom still was going out at night, but he was just a consultant. You see, that's what I've been in college. I was a consultant. I am a consultant. I am semi-retired, so that means that you're too old to work. You're too broke to quit. So that's the reason I'm semi-retired. There were 2 professional baseball players retired, and one of them said to the other one, he said, I wonder if they play baseball in heaven. The other one said, well, I really don't know. He said, I'd like to play some more baseball. He said, well, I think maybe they do. I think they do whatever they want to do up there. So they agreed that whichever one went first, he would notify the other one if they did indeed play baseball then. Sure enough, one of them expired and went off to heaven. About 2 weeks, the one that was still here got a note. Said, good news and bad news. Good news is they do play baseball in heaven. Bad news is they got you scheduled to pitch Sunday. I don't know if any of you have any problems along these lines of getting older. You know, some of us are to the place where a happy hour is a nap. You know, when you stoop over to tie your shoe, you look around and see if there's anything else you can do while you're down. That's it. I noticed a couple of fellas went down there to the head a few minutes ago, and one of them said, he said it's tough when you get so old. He said you sometimes you forget to zip up. And the other one said, that ain't no problem. He said, if you forget to zip down, that's the problem. I tell you one thing, though. Ladies do know their husbands. You wives, and I bless you for that. They know their husbands. I used to be what I thought was a real good-looking young coach, and I'd go off to coaching clinics and things like that. And Mama would say, Richard, you be careful, and you stay out of trouble. Well, I can go off to a speaker's conference now, or something like this conference, and she'd say, Richard, you be careful and don't you eat nothing to tear up your stomach. I tell you what, though, there's hope for us older folks. There was an 82-year-old lady who went to the doctor for her checkup. She came out and the doctor said, Mayor, I'm sorry, but you are pregnant. She said, doctor. But I'm 82 years old. My husband's 90. He said, nonetheless, you are in a family way. She said, she said, what now? my husband's 90 years old. He said, I cannot help that. He said, you better let him down easy about this. She said, let me borrow your phone. She dialed the number and said, you old goat, you got me pregnant. He said, who is this? Some of you fellas may have had some experience with this. I went to have a good physical checkup not too long ago. And they went to the refrigerator, you know, and got that gel out of there and took sandpaper and all over, put those little old rubber caps with all those wires on, you know, and they put that thing on the monogram up there, whatever, and you could read everything that takes place. There were 2 or 3 fellas ahead of me. And they strapped this guy in, you know, and his heart was... They said, what do you think about it? Be all right, go on over and sit down. Next guy stepped up there and said, what you think about cowboy cheerleading? How about Dolly Parton? Said, how about your wife? Said, you'll do, sit down over there. The next guy stepped up there and they said, what do you think about the cowboy cheerleading? What do you think about Dolly Parton? What do you think about Bo Derek? They said, you have a seat right over there by those other fellas. People to know that we've got 4 great fishermen in our group. Some time ago, they decided to take a fishing trip down to Florida. They called ahead down there. Now these fellows are John Francis, and I can't say any of these Yankee names too well. Mickey C over there, Joe Hall, and Pat Sykes. Well, they called ahead down there and requested a cabin each, because they wanted to have a very restful week. Didn't want to be disturbed. Well, everybody knows that Mickey is bad at snow. Nobody wants to sleep with him. See the guy, I'm sorry, the manager came out and he said, fellas, I'm sorry, but we do not have the accommodation that you requested, and you're going to have to double up. Well, they knew that Mickey C was bad at snow. Nobody wants to sleep in a room with him. Well, they drew straws, and Joe Hall got it first, and Joe came out the next morning. He said, boy, that guy is terrible. Nobody can sleep in the room with him. So then Pat had his turn. He said, boy, he came out, he was rubbing his eyes. He said, that guy's like thunder in a bad storm. Nobody can sleep with him. Well, John said, it's my turn. And they was, Joe and Pat was very anxious to see how John came out, and he came out next morning and said, boy, that's the best night's sleep I have ever had. They said, how'd you accomplish that? He said, it's simple. He said, just before I turned the lights out, I reached over and kissed him good night, and he sat up and watched me the rest of the night. Because when I was 16 years old, can you believe this? A poor little old 16-year-old boy that caught the turnip truck to town and joined the Navy when he was 16, and Captain had to put up with all these Yankees over there all this time, plus the Japs. But nonetheless, seriously, I want to thank you fellas for looking out for me. Well, now you talk about dumb. And they did. They really took me under the wing. and looked out for me, and I do appreciate that very much. I want to get a little bit serious, and let's talk about where the world's greatest people are. Exactly. The world's greatest people are right here in front of me. You see, the world's greatest people don't come in special sizes. They don't even come in special colors. They don't come from special parts of the country or special environments. They are everywhere. They are people like you and I. And we have a great amount of talent. Now, the next 2 or 3 things that I'm going to share with you, I want to tell you that the youngsters that I coached over the years taught me. I didn't win any of those balls. They won those balls. And they taught me an awful lot about winning and how to be a winner. And I want to share just 2 or 3 of those things very briefly, because I told John I wouldn't talk for about 15 minutes. When is old? Is there a certain time that you get old? When is young? You see, we're getting up there now. It's been 49 years since I boarded the LST, 494 here. And we're getting up there, but there's no sacred time when you become old. Nor is there a time when you quit being young. Now, I found this out by coaching youngsters. You see, if we were in college and they came in as freshmen, we didn't play like freshmen. They first came in, they thought, Captain, that they were supposed to be a freshman. But it didn't. The fact that they were in the freshman class had nothing to do with the athletics, though. You see, it's all in your mind. So age is all in your mind. It all depends on how you look at it. What do you think? You see, nothing affects you until you apply your thinking to it. And if you think you're old, then you'll be old. If you think you're young, you're going to be young.
Well, I must be about 12
Great. Somebody asked me one time, we were talking about attitudes. Do you realize how many attitudes there are in the world? Why not choose a good attitude? See, I walked in the mailroom at the college some time ago, and I said, "Good morning," to one of our professors, one young lady, and she said, "Richard Brown, don't you come in here with that positive crap this morning." And I said, "Okay, sure, you just carry that bad attitude around with you all day and see how it serves you." Sure enough, before the day is over, she saw me again and said, "I apologize." She said, "That attitude's been getting heavy all day." And it really works that way. So, my question is, are you positive or are you negative? Somebody asked me, we're talking about happiness, somebody said, "You don't ever wake up grouchy?" I said, "Heck no, let her sleep." Do you realize that it takes 17 positive words to overcome one negative word? How many of you are guilty of sharing your negative with your family, your husband, your wives, your fellow workers? How many of us are guilty of that? Do you have any idea how many people you can touch with a smile? See, Mickey's sitting back there smiling now. But you know who the smile touches most? You. You try it. It works. You can get up every morning and be happy. I get up singing. And I'm really not singing because I'm happy. I'm happy because I'm singing. It really works that way. So I recommend that you try it. Let me mention one other thing. I was taught this by a young athlete, and that's choice. The greatest power that we have is to be able to choose. We can choose our mates. We choose where we want to live. We choose our attitude. We choose to be negative or positive. The list just goes on and on. You choose your health to a great extent, whether or not you want to be in good physical condition and work out or whatever it is. And let me tell you that I know what happens every time you decide to go on a good workout program, a good diet, something else. The little devil sits on your shoulder, and he said, no, I wouldn't do that. They put it off. You know the little devil I'm talking about? Yeah. He's there, and he should be there because it should not be easy to be great. Used to tell our athletes, if it were easy to be on top, they wouldn't be in the room up there. So it's not easy, but it's simple to be great. Talking about being positive, my son Russ came in one time when he was in college. He said, Dad, you know I think I flunked my test. And I said, Russ, be positive. He said, Dad, I know I flunked my test. We're always positive around my house. Let me ask that you also believe in you. That's another great power, is to believe in yourself. A lady had a little son that was bad to tell tall tales. She asked the preacher to speak to him. He called him in one day and he said, Jim, said, I'm sitting here in my study the other day and the biggest and the toughest bear I've ever seen came growling and clawing right through that door. Said, just frightened me half to death. Said, Jim, just before that bear got me, said, a little Chihuahua dog about that high ran in here and grabbed that bear and just tore the hide off of him and threw him out the window. He said, Jim, you believe that? He said, yeah, that's my dog. You have to believe in you. Believe in your dog.
Yeah, what?
Okay,
That was
we're going
his
to
dog,
talk
the little
about
boy's
gold.
dog.
You say, oh, gold. Don't give me the gold. Gold business, I heard that all my life. Let me tell you, good folks, if you take the gold down, the game's over. Take the gold down and the game's over. Can you imagine a basketball team coming out on the court and there's no gold and they say, Coach, what do you want us to shoot? They just shoot up there somewhere. You know, it'd be all right. That's the way it would be, and that's the way life is. Where are you going to shoot? So set some goals for yourself. Your age has nothing to do with it. Has nothing at all. Everybody still needs some gold because it's what makes you grow. It's what makes you grow. It gives you something to lean on, something to thrive on. Stretch this a little bit. I usually tell athletes, generally they are in the first quarter of life. You know the lifespan. And if you're 40, you know, maybe it's halftime, and then the list goes on up. So I recommend that you really play the game of life wide open. Doesn't matter what quarter it is, you still have a chance to win the game. Still have a chance to win the game. I want to ask you one other question. Who's in charge of your program? Who would you like to have in charge of your program? And what are you doing with your program? Don't get caught feeling sorry for yourself, because you're in charge. And the good Lord gives everybody more talent than he could or she could possibly ever use, for as long as you want to use it. Now, I'm not standing here trying to convince you that you should be perfect. Nobody is. And mistakes, or when you get knocked down, and then you get an opportunity to get up, and you brush off, and you get a little bit more grit and grow. And you get a little tougher and you keep growing. So nobody's going to be perfect. Preacher was preaching a sermon. He said, Jesus was the only perfect being. He said, if there's anybody in our congregation that thinks he's perfect, would he stand at this time? So the skinny man stood up out in the audience. He said, sir, do you mean to tell me you think you're perfect? He said, no, so I'm standing up for my wife's first husband. I want to tell you, and I'm going to end, get down. I want to tell you that I do truly appreciate you. And one thing bothers me a great deal. I'm not sure that our country, Captain, is producing the kind of fellows that we have here. I hope that our country is producing. But there's some that are subject not to be willing to go and defend the country as these men did. And certainly I appreciate the privilege to have gone with you. Pardon? And I want to end with a song. I used to do this with a guitar, but they don't travel too well on planes. So poor I don't have a steel box, or what you call a hard case to put it in. But I think that you will agree this song says, really tells my philosophy, and I think probably yours too. As I was passing through a courthouse square, an old man on a park bench sitting there. I said, your old courthouse is kind of run down. Oh, he said, it do, by a little old town. I said, but your old flagpole's kind of leaned a bit, and that's a pretty ragged old flag you got hanging on it. With fire in his eyes, he said, son, is this your first time in our little town? I said, yes, supposed to be. He said, you say. He said, now son, in our little town, we don't much like to brag. But we kind of proud of that ragged old flag. He raised his arm and he pointed to the flag. He said, you see that hole in that flag up there? I said, yes, I see it. He said, that happened tonight, your flag across the top. She got powder burned tonight. Francis Scott Key sit watching her, right? Say, can you see? She got torn down New Orleans. Packenham and Jackson was a tugging at the same. She almost fell down that Texas flag. She waved on the home. She waved from our ships out on the Brahma floor. And there was a time when she almost quit waving back here at home. She went to Korea, she went to Vietnam, she went where she was sent by Uncle Sam. And she waved from our ships, and that's the part I left out on the Brahma home, and there was a time. You see, son, there's people that tear this old flag down, stomp on it, burn it, and refuse it. She's been through the fire before. We believe she'd take a whole lot of money. So we raise up every morning, and we take her down every night. We don't let her touch the ground. And fold her right. So you see, son, maybe we do like the brag. Come in our country. That brag old flag. Bless you and God bless. Back up. Pictures.
I do.
Take 2 pictures.
Oh, that's what I took. That's what I had.
Hurry up, it's $1,000 an hour.
1 minute.
Anybody want my autograph?
Ellen. Yes.
Ellen, move aside, please.